What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lo and I documented my whole infertility journey here on YouTube, and now I have a healthy 1-year-old daughter and I make videos about everything that comes after beating infertility. By the way, I did finally make an Instagram account for my YouTube channel and it is just at LoMillsXO on Instagram, so go follow me on there if you want more frequent updates in between my YouTube videos on what's going on in my life. Today's video is about credit card debt, and if you guys haven't watched my last video that I posted, I'd recommend you watch that one before this one because it'll give you the background for what I'm going to talk about in this video. But long story short, I racked up a ton of credit card debt while I was struggling with infertility, and now I am going through the painful task of paying it off. In my last video, I did tell you guys that I racked up about $11,000 of credit card debt in 1 year, but I didn't fully admit the total of all of my credit card debt because it was just a hard number to even say out loud. And so I've gathered my courage and my strength, and in this video, as I'm sure you already know by the title, I am fully admitting that I racked up $30,000 in credit card debt. That number is so staggering and embarrassing, and like, I hate to admit it, but that's where we are, and I am so motivated to get that paid down to zero as soon as possible. So in this video, I'm going to talk about our plan to get that debt paid off, where we're at so far, and our target date for getting it completely paid off. So as of January 2020, we decided to never use credit cards again. And so far, we have stuck to that. At that point, we had $30,000 of credit card debt, and we were paying about like 22-23% interest on that credit card debt, which is an extremely high interest rate. Like, for comparison, we are refinancing our mortgage right now on our house, and we are getting an interest rate of 3.5%. So 3.5% interest versus 23% interest is a huge difference. And when you pay a payment and your interest rate is high, then most of that payment goes towards the interest and barely pays off any principal. So what we decided to do is refinance all of our credit card debt and consolidate it into one loan with a lower interest rate. We had 3 different credit cards that we consolidated. We got one loan for all those credit cards. It was a $30,000 loan and the interest rate was 11.87%. So just by consolidating the credit card debt into that loan, we cut our interest rate in half, which is going to help us pay off the debt much faster. For our loan, we used SoFi, and we had already refinanced my husband's undergraduate student loans with SoFi previously, and so we had worked with them before and we had a really good experience. So I didn't even really look around. I just knew we wanted to use the same lender so we'd have our loans all in one place. And we got a quote for a couple different payment options. So you can get a quote by putting in the dollar amount that you want the loan for, and then they'll give you options for different amounts of time. So they'll give you options for a 2-year loan, 3-year loan, 5-year loan, 7-year loan, etc. And then we picked the loan that made sense for us with a payment amount that we knew we could pay every month, so we would keep up with at least the minimum payments. But also, if we wanted to make extra payments on top of that, there was no penalty for paying it off early. So we could have done a shorter loan, but we decided to do a 6-year loan, and that way, at a minimum, in 6 years, this debt would be paid off, but hopefully much sooner. So we actually consolidated all of our credit cards into that consolidation loan in January of this year. Now it is August 2nd. So we've been working on this loan for about 7 months now, and we've already made a bunch of progress, which is exciting. So you didn't have to go through the painful beginning with me. You can jump in right in the middle where we're making a lot of progress, and this $30,000 number is cut down significantly. A couple months after we consolidated our credit cards with SoFi into one loan, we decided to actually refinance our student loans with them as well. So now we have 4 loans that total to a very large amount that I will maybe share in another video. But yeah, we have 4 loans with them, and our interest rate in our student loans is now cut by more than half. So I'm really, really glad that we took the step and refinanced all of our loans so we can get the lowest interest rate possible to pay them off as fast as possible. If any of you guys are interested in checking out what it would look like for you to refinance any of your loans, you can get a quote for no fee, and all you have to put in is some of your basic information and your social security number. They do a soft pull on your credit, which means it doesn't affect your credit score, and you can see what your payments would be and what your options for interest rates would be based on all of your information. If you guys do want to check them out, I do have an affiliate link in the description. If you guys use my link and get a quote and end up refinancing any of your loans with them, you'll get a $300 credit towards your loans, which is amazing. I mean, that's like a whole payment depending on what your loan amount is. And it'll help me out too because I'll get credit for referring you, and it'll help me pay down my loans faster. So it's win-win. So if you are thinking about refinancing any loans, you can click my link in the description and see if SoFi would be a good choice to save you guys some money on your debt payments. So before I tell you where we're at in our payoff and how much we've paid off and when we hope to pay all of this debt off by, I want to show you guys what the loan would look like if we just made the, regular payment each month, and how long it would take us to pay off, and all the interest we'd pay. So you can figure this out really easily using an amortization schedule, and I'll show you guys right now how to do this. It's really easy. I like the one that Bankrate has, so I just search amortization schedule, and one of the first ones that comes up is bankrate.com. You just put in your loan amount, you put in the term for the loan, how many years it's going to be, and you put in the interest rate. And I love this tool because it shows you the amount of interest you would pay over the life of the loan. So you can see here we would pay $12,082.54 in interest if we did not pay this loan off early. And then you can see the actual schedule of how much would go towards interest and how much would go towards principal for each of your payments. So I find this tool really helpful because it really shows you easily how much goes towards interest versus principal, and so how much you're saving by making these extra payments, and it keeps me really motivated. So where are we now? Since January, we have paid $10,295 towards our loan. Now, I just showed you guys a lot of that goes towards interest, especially at the beginning of the loan. So of that amount that we've paid, $8,379 went towards principal, and $1,916 went towards interest. So while we've done really well in paying extra payments, we've already paid so much in interest in just 7 months, which is a huge bummer, but it's just part of paying off debt, is that you end up paying interest, which is why debt is so difficult to get paid down. Our regular payment is $585 per month. And so what we've done is pay approximately $1,000 extra every month, so a total of $1,500 or $1,600 every month for the past 7 months, and that has gotten us down to where we're at now. So our goal is to get the rest of this loan paid off by January 1st of 2021. Now, in 7 months, we've only paid off the first third of the loan, and now we have only 5 months to pay off the other 2/3 of the loan. But when you're paying down a loan, at the beginning, more of your payment goes towards interest, whereas as you get further into paying off the loan, more goes towards principal because your interest is lower as the balance gets lower. So I think we're gonna be able to do it. One thing my husband and I decided to do this month, because we were looking at this loan last night and we realized we had already paid $2,000 this year towards interest, is that we were gonna take a chunk of money out of savings and make a really big payment this month and pay off another third of the loan. So we had been stashing money into savings all year because we weren't sure with coronavirus, what was gonna happen with our jobs and what was gonna happen with the economy, and just everything was very uncertain. And so we put a bunch of money into savings instead of paying down debt. And now that we've kind of figured out what's going on with work and stuff, and that for now we still are employed, we still are keeping an emergency savings, but we are putting a big chunk of that towards paying down this loan. So this month we're planning to put another $10,000 or so towards the loan, which should bring us down to about $10,000 or $11,000 left. And then we just need to pay $2,500 to $3,000 a month for the next 4 months, September through December, and that will get us at a zero balance. This is a super aggressive approach. We've put all of our other spending on hold, which is not super hard during these times because we can't go on vacation and we aren't really going out to dinner and stuff like that. So all that extra money we are putting towards our debt, but we could be using it for other things, and we could be getting takeout more or putting more into savings. And instead of that, we're putting all our money towards getting this debt paid off. So that is our plan. I partially wanted to tell you guys about it because I feel like if I put it out there I will be held accountable to it. Not like anybody watching would be negative if we didn't accomplish our goal in that timeline of paying off all this debt, but just putting it out there, I feel like accountable to you guys, like it makes me motivated that I want to get it done in that period of time, and so I feel like the chances of it happening are higher. Thank you guys so much for watching. These types of videos I find really hard to make, talking about money. I feel like talking about money is really taboo, and there's a lot of like shame and embarrassment around money decisions, and at least for me, like I feel like, you know, I should know better by now. But making mistakes with money is normal, and instead of just sitting around feeling sorry for myself, I'm getting up and getting something done about it. And I thought maybe this would be inspirational to any of you guys who are trying to get out of debt yourselves. So I'm really excited about the progress we've made. I'm excited about getting this paid off and moving on to other financial goals. And I'm glad that I get to share this part of my life with you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys watching these videos helps me pay off this debt, because I don't make a lot from YouTube, but every little bit gets thrown towards that debt payment. And so I really appreciate all you guys watching and supporting my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That also helps my video do well. And if you want to see what happens with this credit card debt story and see other videos from me, then hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.